welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm of course Shae the Red with our awesome co-host over there, Cyborg Valkyrie. How you doing?
Awesome.
Why do we always do this every time we have Bill on? Do we always just start talking like we're from Jersey out of nowhere?
Yes, it's a subconscious thing.
That's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I know. I was like, he doesn't even have the accent. We're like, nice. Of course, we're here with Bill. How are you?
I'm good. Tired, but good.
Yeah, no, I understand, and you've been doing a lot for this campaign, so totally get being tired. I love Past Master Dan says his hat looks sharp.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Bill, you could cut someone with that bill.
Do it. Of course, we got Frog G, we got Mrs. Good Stuff, we got the Cavalry Collective. What is up, all of you absolutely wonderful people? We love you to death. And I'm feeling tonight's cosplay, so I'm really just kind of ready to jump right into it. You know what I'm saying?
Do I know what you're saying? I think what you're saying is that I should scroll down and hit the fucking video.
What's up, Splintering? Good to see you. Yes, and that is exactly what I'm saying.
Do not unveil yet.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red
Has now become
awesome.
Hey! So my version of one of your exclusive covers, as best I could do, without having what I needed.
That's super fun. I was curious, like how you're gonna put things together real quick, because you've been busy too.
Yeah, and I do have a cover of yours that I would like to attempt to do, but it's going to take a lot. So we went with the easier kill of I'll paint my face red and put on some gems and some little flowers and stuff. And I've got like 5,000 things that say Viking around here, so
that's super fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited though, because you have the Art of Bill Jersey 2 out, and this, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. So already for anyone who doesn't know, Bill launched this at like, what was it, 4 p.m. Eastern, so it's been up for about 4 hours.
Yeah, and, I'm blown away already. I thought this was going to be at like $100, something like that.
Yeah, no, not even. And I clicked. I think I was at 4:02. I clicked on it. I was like, I'm gonna get backer number 1, and it already had a backer. I was like, well, now I'm grumpy, and I'm just gonna back it later.
Well, that was Mash Manga, and I think him and Miss H raced for firsts on campaigns, so that's always fun to watch.
Yeah, I try, but see, here's the thing is, on Kickstarter it doesn't actually tell you your backer number. You just have to go based on what backer number you see, and then hope that, if it jumps 2 or 3, you're like, I obviously got the lower number, whatever that was.
Right.
So I was like, well, I can't even do a screenshot and be like, boom, backer number 1, babies. I was like, it's okay, it's fine.
Well, even after the campaign too, like when it's over, like the way things get scrambled, they put them in the order of who pays rather than who was first. So so going back and trying to figure out the backer order and who was first is a pain too.
Oh gosh.
So I made note of it this time.
Nice. Yeah, so you sit there and you're like, this is backer 1. It's okay, we got it. I know who's backed when. All right, cool. So tell us about the new art book, because this is amazing. This is super cool looking.
Thank you. So after the first art book was done, which was like, just me like diving into this Kickstarter thing and figuring it out, which was supposed to be the segue to a comic. Still coming. A lot has changed since then. And then this art book, it kind of came about by accident, because while the other campaign was going, I was still drawing, I was still coloring, doing all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But it wasn't even in my head that like I put together enough art to put another book together until like, I don't know, it was probably February or March. It was like, I have enough work to do this. And some stuff people haven't seen too, but once I established that too, I wanted to make this one a little better than the first book, by having a little more than just art. I wanted some behind the scenes stuff too. I wanted some sneak peeks at things coming up and give people an idea of what's going on going forward as well.
Nice.
I don't know if I'll be doing this annually. I doubt it, because after this, it's full steam ahead on Witchforger. But right now it's really fun. And this time I got to put in some characters from some other creators. You see the thumbnail there with some indie books that I've been involved in here and there in one capacity or another.
And it's really cool to see this, especially because you hit on a couple of indie books that I think people maybe slept on a bit. Like you're over here with you got Scarlet Sova, you got the girl with the mega fist. Like you got a lot of stuff that people just kind of like maybe didn't realize was out.
Yeah, and I think some of these creators have been on your show as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Scarlet Sova for sure, because that's how I found out about it in the first place and drew for that contest. Paul's probably still in the comments, but he
so many times.
Yeah, he frequents the show for sure, and
he does. Yeah, we've had Tyler on. We've had I think we've had everybody on at least once. Maybe not for these exact titles, but we've had them. We've had like these people on, so it's kind of cool that you're like, look at the people that we got. It was like, I know those people.
Yeah, these happy accidents of this community, like kind of coming together all at one time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you've done a lot to make this even bigger and badder than the last one, and the last one was awesome.
Well,
it was, like, so cool.
The first one, I mean, being the first one, it's a learning experience anyway. But one of the biggest takeaways that I took from the campaign itself was, I don't know, don't just make the book that's going to go like on a in a store or something. Don't just do that, because it's so hard to fund just the book. So try to get some unique things and some, some eye candy for people, some really fun things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I didn't want to do like 100 variant covers. If I was going to do variants, I wanted each one to be different. So we have the chrome and chrome foil one here. We have the metal one. And the other one we're going to get to in a minute too is, unique in itself too, with the connecting bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted everything to be a little different.
Yeah, and it's like your art style already is so interesting. Like I love this print that you have that's, D, where she's got like the total blacked out eyes and everything looks super creepy and scary. I also know Shae and I both absolutely love this chick that you got here, the cyborg style. Kind of like techie girl with this Alita-looking heart.
I can't decide if that looks reminiscent of Iron Man or like a chick inside Iron Giant.
Yes, it looks like a chick inside Iron Giant. That's what I was thinking.
So funny thing about that character is they will be showing up in a future thing. I won't talk about that till it's more solid. But when I was drawing this, the idea was just like kind of a junker, right? Like none of these like robot pieces or something they own so much as they're like pillaging or pilfering through.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was super fun to color. I colored that right after that line art went at the underground auction.
yeah, I remember, because I remember being like, no, I want it so bad, and then I saw you color it and was like, oh, it looks so badass. Like
so somebody has that piece.
Yeah, exactly. And you have such a good way of like depicting glow and like really giving that kind of neon 80s like vibe, like super, it all, to me, a lot of your art feels a lot like Blade Runner. Like you have a lot of this kind of dystopia with this like neon and 80s and beautiful women and dangerous shit, and it's so cool.
Well, it's funny because I grew up on 80s and 90s comics, which I think very much shows through my work.
Absolutely.
But then on top of that too, like I was kind of like a late 90s, early 2000s club kid for a minute too. So that all kind of meshes too in some weird ways.
What's up, Ichthy's? As a Killer Studio, Bill, right?
Thank you.
Look at Bill just chilling at a very awesome looking fucking tattoo place.
I wish I could take credit for a lot of this, but like that big wall mural and all that, like that's all Shelly.
Oh, it's so
that
cool,
station
though.
is Shelly's behind me. Like mine's actually in front of me.
So you were like, out of the two, Shelly's is clearly more eye candy for a stream. So I'm going to put the camera this way.
At the very least, it's more colorful. Like my station's cool too. It has some toys and stuff, but like it has a foam brick background on it that I still need to put posters and toys and things up on.
Got you. It is a super cool looking studio for sure.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got cool chrome foil variant. We've got a metal variant, which is awesome. You've got prints. So 11 by 17 prints of just stunning women, because that's what you do.
And all of these are available as add-ons too, including some of the metal covers. I think I looked earlier today, and 3 out of the 5 metal cover tiers are gone, but there are still available in add-ons.
Nice. Okay.
There's only 15 total, so.
Very cool. And this, oh my gosh, the original art that you have available, like, bruh, you pick some good pieces.
I picked what was left.
That was the thing, is I'm looking at it and I'm going like, but I have New York Comic Con.
and by what's left too, I don't mean like these were the leftovers. It's like a lot of these were ones I wasn't trying to push because I liked them.
I love them. I think these are awesome. And Past Master Dan has a good question for you. He says, are you aware of Rainy Draws?
Yeah, from your show.
Yeah.
Seems to be a sweetheart. I've never met them personally, but
she's super amazing. You guys doing a collab would probably be badass. Just throwing that out there.
I'd be down for that. I know she's gotten a lot of slack lately on Twitter over nothing, but that's Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, people gonna bitch, especially if you are a pretty girl with a good personality, confident in yourself, and talented.
A good personality, damn. That's like a minor burn.
No, it isn't. I'm not. Stop trying to cause drama, you estrogen-filled cyborg. Gosh.
I just know I've never seen him say a bad word about nobody. So.
No, Reenie's awesome. She's super chill.
Super. She is super.
And chill.
I'm so close to doing this. We're so near there. All right, so this is something that was totally fucking insane that you hit us up about and damn near made me and Sai cry. You have a red Valkyrie tier.
Mm-hmm. I decided to put that together. It's for me, it's a thank you to the both of you, because I know it says it in the description, but like when I put that first art book up, like people didn't know who I was. People still kind of don't know who I am, but it was fun to when you messaged me out of nowhere. I just didn't see it coming, and y'all hadn't even seen the book yet. You saw like the cover.
Yeah, no, I saw the cover and I was like, that. I don't like.
Okay, I know the whole thing about you can't judge a book by its cover. We judged your book by its cover.
I judge books by their cover. I'm a comic guy.
The second we saw the cover, I was like, babe, do you see this?
Bub.
So I was like, yes. Whatever we got to do, yes. I was like, cool. I'm reaching out to him. We're gonna see if we can get him on, because holy fuck, that is amazing.
And that helped introduce me to some people, and then the auctions really helped too. And just yeah, it's been a really good year for me, and it starts there. It starts with that show.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
So and we had talked back then too about behind the scenes about artists not really promoting super well all the time. It's because we're all scatterbrained. That's my words, not yours.
Those are my words too. Y'all are scatterbrained and you downplay how good you are, and none of y'all. I say this like I'm immune to it. None of y'all promote yourselves very well, and Shae's not a real artist.
And and I want to say this as nicely as I can, but most of the time when I'm finding these indie titles on your show, which I love coming across these new books, I don't find out beforehand unless it's, you know, plugged that day. And I was trying to avoid that a little bit. And at the same time too, with this tier, like I wanted to do something for the both of you, which I thought you would both enjoy, and maybe a little something fun for you know, your viewers too, because you're all friends, you know, and nobody's done it yet, and that blows my mind.
Yeah, I was really, really shocked. Like, so Bill hits us up and he's like, I got an idea. And this is after, keep in mind, this is after the first time that we had him on, and then randomly he surprised us by doing a cosplay cover, limited print, and sent it to me, one to me and one to Cyborg, which was nuts.
Amazeballs.
Like, I lost my mind, thought it was the coolest thing. In fact, it's still, you can't see it too well because of where I'm sitting.
I've noticed it though.
It's right there, right behind all my stuffed animals, and right next to my Kenneth Rocafort piece, because that's how important it is.
Under the Harley somewhere.
Yeah, it's under the big Harley, next to the Krager piece. Like, we got, like, my whole wall is just full of amazingness. I got some stuff from Lug and Tug's campaign with where Lug signed it for me, and so it just has like an E and a little heart. So cute.
You are art rich. That's what you're trying to say.
I am rolling in the artwork. I got my Selena piece of tissue paper, toilet paper at the very beginning of the pandemic, where she did a watercolor of me on a piece of toilet paper.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, you can't see it when I go big. I'll take a picture and I'll show you, because it's so amazing. I can't believe that she did it without having the toilet paper just disintegrate.
Double ply.
So, yeah, that is definitely some double ply. I still don't know how she did it. But yeah, and so when you reached out about this and you were like, yeah, I have an idea, and we were like, we're down for ideas, and then we don't hear anything for a while, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, so this, and you just like sent images, and I think I just stared at my phone for an inordinate amount of time, like a really long time. I was just like, what the hell? This is amazing.
Yeah, normally I don't even hit somebody up unless I have something to show right off the bat, but like I was excited. And then, yeah, I'm not going to keep bothering somebody like, it's coming. I'd rather just like, yo, check this out. What do you think? And then we could go from there. Yeah,
I died. It's so amazing. And this is probably one of the coolest things.
She squealed.
I did really loudly.
I know I want to do something this time that involved both of you, because the first time, like, I made that extra cover, but it was, it's the cosplay thing. And I'm still happy with that. That was super fun.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted something like you both can, you're both on the cover.
And that's super sweet. We also had a really big, so you didn't get this as much as other people. But there was an 8-month period where Cyborg was gone and out of the country dealing with some personal stuff. And everybody thought that Red Valkyrie was my channel. Which is hilarious, because Red Valkyrie is actually literally Cy's old YouTube that we Frankensteined into this beast. And there's a lot of people that still say, oh yeah, I'm going on Shae's channel, and I'm like, it's both of ours, it's not just mine. Like, I wouldn't have it without Cyborg. And I think that you're one of the first newer creators that we haven't like known for a really long time, and been on a bunch of shows and stuff with. Like, we talk somewhat frequently and everything, but both of us being as busy as we've been, you're one of the first people to really be like, yeah, it's clearly Shae and Cyborg. And then to do this was awesome. I think the only other person who's done anything like this was Jason with the embellished prints. And so in his first book he did the Absolute Valkyrie, and the second book he did Absolute Cyborg.
I think what
That's
she's
fun.
trying to find a nice way of saying is you're the first person that we haven't like had to club about the head and neck vigorously in
To
order
know
to
that it's
say,
also a
yeah,
channel.
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked for this, and this whole bit that you wrote down here was fucking epic. But for anyone who's wondering, so you can get both covers, they go together clearly.
Mhm.
And then you get a print that has both of them,
Mhm.
right? And then you get a sketch cover.
Yes, as well
Which-
as one more smaller print, like a comic size print of your cosplay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, I added that I think last week or something. Like, let's put a little more value on this thing.
That is so cool. And I love that, you know, because when Bill reached out, he was like, what do you think about blank sketch cover? Because the people that watch your show typically are artists, and that way they get to go and do their own kind of sketch cover. And I was like, that sounds amazing. So super cool. Really hope that a lot of you guys go out and get that, because I think it's a really, really good value, and it's a really unique tier that I haven't really seen anybody do, and I'm honored that you did that for us. I think that that's super sweet.
Yeah.
So the other thing I did too was just so people don't miss out, I made the tier limited to 25 sets, but I also made add-ons that like
Okay.
for another 25. So there's 50 sets altogether available.
Awesome.
So if that tier blows out, you're not gonna miss out. But also, if you want to grab one of the other tiers and then add that on, you can do that too.
Very cool. Very cool. And then you have these that you're doing, which are super neat, where you're doing kind of like a little surprise gift for some of your backers. So let's talk about this, because I didn't even know that this was part of it until I saw your campaign live and started scrolling.
Yeah, talk about last second on that one. That was 2 days ago.
Okay. All right.
I got a bunch of stuff together, and actually I have one of them here. Because on the first book, I did the shop exclusives,
Oh, wow.
and I only have
Cool.
so many left. I think there's 3 altogether left. So I wanted to put one of those in there, and the character is based on my wife too. That's why it's a shop exclusive as well. We
That
both
is
signed it,
awesome.
and yeah, so I wanted to get one of those in there because you can't buy it. I'm not going to make more of them. So there's nothing you got to do. There's no raffle tickets or nothing like that. It's going to be in someone's bundle. That's it. You just have to be a physical backer. It could be any level. Oh, nope. That one says 50 or more.
50 or more.
Yes.
Any level of 50 or higher.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one, I believe, is any tier.
Cavalry Collective, I don't even know what that means. I don't know how that happens. I grew a whole foot taller after going through the first Jerz book.
He must be laying down.
I was going to say taller or wider.
He hit the uncensored parts.
My childhood dog came back and told me the secret to life before we hung out and got some beers. It's just magic like that.
It'd be what it do.
Thank you, Frog G. Frog G says I'd recommend the RV tier, just saying. All right, so this is super cool. This is your
so this
mega
isn't
raffle win.
Yeah. So I don't want to get this mistaken. This isn't associated with anybody else. This is stuff from my personal indie collection over the past 2 years. Stuff I'm willing to part with, but none of it's filler. It's all cool stuff. So you're not getting flyers, but there's a ton of prints from all kinds of things. You got stuff from Merc Magazine with Miss Meow and was Death Rage. Stuff from Hyperverse. There's all kinds of prints for that. Demon Hunter Raven. I don't even some of these titles I don't even own, but I have some of these prints for them.
Yeah.
And then I put all these books in there too. It says 6, and it's listing 5, but it's because the 6th one is the first art book.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But out of these books, the one I wanted to really mention, because I went looking for it yesterday to see if it could be purchased, and it cannot, is this Common America hardcover Volume 3.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as the value
Common
goes, I have
America
no
ones
idea.
Common America books get tricky to try and keep up on, and they do reprint, but usually if it's a campaign exclusive cover or anything like that, like that's it. Once those are gone, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be making more of those hardcovers for that volume. And then I have the Vampire Ninja Ono from, what was it, Ben Dunn from Ninja High School and stuff like that. And this is the black and white manga version. And I had 2 of these, and I put this up because the art is beautiful in this book. It is gorgeous. Like, people need to study these lines.
Very cool.
Scrap, there's issues 1 and 2 of those. I know I'm going to be getting more of those. That series has been super fun. If you could find that, find that. I think it's from NPR Comics. They have a website. The 5th book is coming out. It's like a MMA Street Fighter type book. It's one of my favorites right now. So basically I put in books that I thought people would like enjoy. So if somebody's getting into some of these books for the first time, like, it might open up some doors, I hope.
I think it's funny that you have Minx listed there, because that's one that I got too.
Yeah, and that one's signed too.
Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, so the cool thing about this too is, like, aside from the fact that it's from your personal collection and they're your kind of indie books and everything, it's like indie supporting indie, you know, like you're over here lifting up other books and showing other people kind of what you've enjoyed and what you thought was fun, and then putting it out there for everybody else to be able to kind of look at and enjoy and see if it's up their alley, maybe discover something new, which is so cool, because after what you had said about being on Red Valkyrie when we very first reached out to you, and how you met so many people as a result, it's really cool to see you kind of paying that back forward and making sure that other people are getting that same kind of exposure, you know?
Well, indie comics are doing a lot for me, whether some of these creators out there know it or not, have helped. You know, it's a community. You want to do right by them, and just in a way like they've done right by us, you know, as much as I can, without killing myself. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's only so much that you can do. Just, you know, that's the same sort of thing that Sai and I try to do when we reach out to new people, is we're trying to, you know, lift up other people, but obviously there's a limit to what one person can do.
We can only lift so much.
You know, I got to get back to the gym. I'm not. We're still working on it. But yeah, I love this. I'm super excited. Your first art book is just absolutely gorgeous. So the second one is a no-brainer. Like, there's absolutely no way that we aren't backing and, you know, getting multiple copies, because it's definitely worth y'all's money, especially when you have these kinds of prices.
Yeah, I tried to make it, you know, I always try to make it affordable. Otherwise, what are we doing? But what I learned from the last campaign, though, is like, don't cut off your nose to spite your face, right? Like, you can't give away too much, because then you're kind of in the black once shipping comes around. That had been a big lesson, especially last year with all the stuff going on with supply chains and paper and I mean, y'all remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it was no fun.
You've also got to be careful. One thing that a lot of people don't necessarily consider, especially if you're a newer artist, if you give away too much at too low of a price, it actually has the opposite effect that you would think it would have, is from a marketing standpoint, because you're undervaluing yourself, which means other people are saying, well, if you're selling this for this cheap, then it must not be worth anything, and why would I give you my money?
Right.
And so, you know, I love the prices that you have here. I think that they're well thought out. Still a little low, but it is a 40-page art book, and that's not the same as giving people a story,
right?
And all of that. So I get it.
This is just me. Like, I don't have a writer, a letterer, an inker, an editor. I don't have any of that to pay for this book, so I can make it this affordable.
Exactly. And And you know, the things that this is what we try to tell anyone who's a newer creator, when you're looking at things that you're going to throw in as like stretch goals and stuff like that, things that will pack easily with your comic book that you're already sending is what you should be aiming for. Mini prints, stickers, bookmarks, things that can pack flat, things that don't require size. So I love merchandise. Everybody knows this. I love merchandise.
Everybody
with
knows
a
this.
Fiery passion. I mean, to the point that like now my commander at my unit is asking me to design the merch for our unit.
Oh, that's
Like,
cool.
I love merchandise. Never, ever put merchandise as a fucking stretch goal. Ever.
No,
It
no.
always has to be something that people buy separately, that people can put their sizes in separately, because you are never going to get everyone to respond to you with a size.
I got a new plan for that. But I guess I'll get more into that when stretch goals become a thing. But what I want to do is I want to do every time a stretch goal hits, like you get a little something for free, and then there's something in add-ons that you can purchase to kind of balance that out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So hopefully that works out when we get there. I had something else I was going to say too, but I forgot. It'll come back though.
I do like Frog G's suggestion. Patches do pack flat. That is also a thing.
Oh, the biggest mistake I made from the first campaign, not knowing what I was doing, thought I did enough homework. The biggest mistake I made, and I don't regret it either, because people got this really cool print, and it was like a print of the first like cover I got to do for somebody, which was the Sunchild black and white print that went out with everybody, and it's 11 by 17. And my stupid ass marked all the shipping as, you know, regular sized comics. So which would have been like $8-9, and then each package doubled because I had to get the right size for that print. And yeah, so that was my fault.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's something that everybody ends up learning the hard way usually is shipping your first time through. The amount of people that underestimate how much shipping is going to be. The thing to consider for a lot of people, when you're looking at the cost of a book in a tier, the likelihood that includes some shipping cost of that book is pretty good. The shipping cost that you see is the amount that they know is stomachable. Like, this is $8, $10 shipping. Cool. I can manage that. And the rest of your shipping cost, hide it in the price of your book.
Yeah, that's one of the things I had to be very careful of. It's like, all right, if somebody buys one book, I know the shipping is like $8, but the book is 10. Yeah, something's not right. Yeah. So, you know, in that case, that like, you know, I put $1 off, and I know there's going to be some freebies going in with everybody's stuff. You'll see, but so just to kind of make that all fair. Yeah, because the hardest thing has been figuring out international shipping. So for this campaign, the only things that are getting like international are like the limited tiers. Because I don't know if anyone would want to buy a $10 book and then pay $30 to ship it. That seems unreal. So if somebody was getting something international, I wanted to make sure like it was worth, you know, their time and money.
Right. Yeah. Like they're getting something that's cool or exclusive or some original art or something like that with it. And it's like, okay, well, that at least feels more like it's a worthwhile endeavor. Yeah. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go over what your actual tiers are, because you've got a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, that was the other bit from last time too. I wanted to make sure there was a good variety.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got the digital for $3, and the digital catch-up for $5. So if people just want to be able to, you know, go on their computer and thumb through some cool art in one collected area, they can. Very cool. And
I wanted to make that super affordable too, because I'm not shipping nothing to nobody and things like that. So like more people get the book, enjoy it, please. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, welcome Hojo. It's good to see you. All right. So then the physical edition. So you made the physical edition $10. And the cool thing about this is you did it so you have basically a flip cover, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So with the first book, I kind of did that too, but it was only a variation of like the first cover. This time I wanted to give people options because, you know, with it being an art book, I don't draw just like kind of one genre. I'm a little all over the place. So I wanted each side to look a little something different because people have different preferences.
Right.
And at the same time, if you like them both, like you can get both covers and display them separately as well.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
I do that.
I'm out of room to display, but but I do show off a lot. So, you know, it's not a bad idea to be able to get two, and you know, you can display both. If you decide you're done displaying both of them, then you can give one as a gift for somebody. Or you can do the double up and have the reader copy and the collector's copy.
Yeah. I think I have that listed on the side things where it's like, oh, or get one for a friend or just read one, you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then you have the blank sketch variant.
So real quick too, I wanted to make sure that all the bundles were bundles. So like if you get the sketch bundle, you don't have to get into the add-ons to get the book too if you don't want, you know, if you want the book as well. But if you just want the sketch blank, if you just want any of the variations, that they are by themselves as add-ons as well, like everything.
Yeah, they definitely. You have a good spread of add-ons, thankfully, because I feel like a lot of people miss out on doing the add-ons like you would, you know, would think, because if you've got all of these cool prints and stuff, like, okay, I can buy a print bundle, but what if I just want one? Right.
Or when I'm looking at campaigns and I'm like, oh, I really like this tier. It has all these cool things. Why doesn't it have cover A?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Be like, I like everything, but I want one other thing that isn't listed here. And then you go to add-ons and you're like, oh, it's not even here. That's usually when I reach out.
Or it's listed weird.
I usually reach out to the campaign owner and I'm like, hey, out of curiosity, and they're like, oh shit, that was supposed to be an add-on, thanks so much. I'm like, cool, yeah, let me know when it's fixed and then I'll back.
This is why I've been looking at this campaign page for a month. Just picking little things here and there.
I don't want Shae to message me and be like, hey Bill, how come I can't add this on?
Yeah, I just want to make it as convenient as possible. As you know, Tyler had a stream recently where he's like, I don't want to think, and I'm like, I get that.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. So you have the physical catch-up bundle, which is awesome. Because you're including a lot. Like you have the Neon Twilight art book in this. It's so fucking cool.
I think there's only 2 or 3 bundles that are going to include that. Because I only have so many left that I don't plan on printing more. Granted, if it blows up, I'll print more for this campaign. But after this campaign, the Neon Twilight book that's it. It might show up in a compilation or something.
Nostalgia or something.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for that book. But for Artbook 1, the first printing is going to be in with the bundle we'll see below. But after that, it's going to be the second printing of the first art book. So that printing won't have the yellow in it like the first campaign had. It'll be this campaign. This cover, and then on the back it'll be a virgin cover.
Okay.
This way, there's a differentiation between a first and second print, but subtle.
Yes. All right. So then you have the Chrome variant bundle, which is foil, correct?
Yeah. Holofoil Chrome.
So are you doing it like spot, or are you doing it like all over?
All over.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think over the white parts, like you'll really get that shimmer, and then you have the blues contrasting off that black. I think it'll look really cool. I was thinking about like how to do that, but I was thinking if I just spot it and the character's all white, like it'll kind of look cool, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of want that shine on all of it.
Yeah. No, I think that I like that you kept her as, you know, inks basically, and the only color that she really has is on her lips. and then putting that with like a foil is like that really is striking. That is likely to look very cool.
Yeah, because the lines aren't just black on her because of the overlays and stuff, and I think that'll help reflect a lot of those colors.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool, especially if you do the right one. So that's the only other thing that I've seen that people do is a lot of people will have like a really badass cover that has a lot of really cool detail, and then they do like shattered glass foil, and I'm like, bruh, you can't see any of the detail because it's competing with the foil.
Yeah, I'm very much a geek of all those gimmick covers and cards and stuff, so I do pay attention to those things, and you're right, like if you're gonna have like those textures, like I'd rather those be on the corners or something with the middle being fairly open,
right? Well,
because it does get distracting.
I have 100% confidence in you picking the right pattern for the foil too, because I've got some of your stickers that are hollow foil stickers and they look amazing.
Thank you.
So those are lovingly on many of these like short boxes over here. I just started decorating all of my short boxes with awesome stickers because I was like, I have 5,000 stickers and nowhere to put them, and I was like, oh, these are just plain and boring. I'm just gonna start sticking them all over this.
I wanted to bring those back for this campaign along with the next set that I never released, but honestly, I just got burnt out.
That's fair. That's fair.
So they might still show up as an add-on.
I was gonna say if you end up hitting certain stretch goals, you can always throw them as little add-ons people could put in there. You do like a 1Z 2Z that people might get for free or something.
Yeah, that's I already have it written down, and I've even got the cardboard. I got the packages made for those.
Right. That's awesome. All right, so then we have the heavy metal reflective bundle, which you don't have. Oh, you have right here. They're out of order, Bill. Boom.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was 3. There were 2 left earlier.
No, I'm saying you're out of order. So you have the chrome variant, and then you jump to loaded, and then heavy metal because it's a limited tier.
Yeah. I wrestled with that a little bit too, but
so much fun trying to figure all this shit out. All right, so tell
the
us
one time you got to think.
Yeah, this is when you have to think. This is the only time. Every other time, just autopilot. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about the heavy metal and the reflective.
So I wanted to have a big price point book, but still have it kind of affordable. And I already had some of the art done for it. I had the inks done, and I already had so much going on, and I was thinking, Shelley might want to be involved in this book in some way, and she did. She was stoked, so she helped me color it. Awesome. Yeah, so she did the initial pass of colors, and then I went back in and kind of like made it so it still fit with everything else in terms of like how I do things. You
vilified it, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like she's
little tweaks.
Yeah, the color palettes are still completely hers. I just like I tweaked the lighting a little bit, and I tweaked the background a little bit. But the rest she did, and this will also have a virgin variant on the back as well.
Very cool.
And both front and back will be metal.
That is awesome. So it's just like a full-on, like if you want to beat somebody, you'll have metal 40-page book that you can do it with.
Oh yeah, you give somebody a WWE chair shot with your book. It'd be
nice.
You can go home and dent it back out. It'll be fine.
So yeah, just hammer it. It'll be no problem at all, I'm sure. And then of course we have the super badass Red Valkyrie exclusive variant set, which I'm so excited for. This is so cool. Yeah,
I was so stoked that I got to put that together.
Yeah.
It looks so neat.
So what we didn't talk about this earlier, we talked about it a little while ago, but the big connecting print that comes with this isn't quite finished because it's going to be 11x17, so you're going to see the wings come out a bit.
Yes. So the wings are complete.
Yeah. I couldn't make it work for the book.
Which is
like I can make it a wraparound, but like I don't know, like
A
it would have
wrap
been.
around to see the tip of a wing.
Yeah, yeah,
That is cool.
and you can't display it fully anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I think the way that it is on the book, I think you have it centered really well and it looks really great. I love that you're fleshing them out for the print, so it's like the complete look without any clipping, because I feel like that'll look really cool framed up on somebody's wall or something, you know.
yeah, I think it'll look awesome
Absolutely.
behind you on your wall.
That's where it'll be. It absolutely right there. I gotta redo my whole back wall anyway. All right, so then we have the loaded bundle. What's everything in the loaded bundle? Because there's a lot.
So I think the loaded bundle is almost everything except for the metal cover. Or is that in there? No. Okay. So it's covers A and B, which is book A twice. A sketch cover and the foil cover, because I'm not putting a limit on the foil covers. And then it's all 5 prints.
That is
so
awesome.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a convention kind of bundle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, and I didn't want to put the metal book in there because then I would have had to limit it. Because they're pricey, and this seems like a good price point to get everything if people want everything without like super pricey or bells and whistles. Right.
Well, and like you've got over here, these are your limited tiers. So the limited tiers are the ones that aren't included in that loaded bundle.
Correct.
This is the loaded bundle is kind of like the main campaign bundle. And then you have your limited tiers of these are like the specialty collector item bits, which I think is the right way to do that.
So what I did with the limited tiers too is when I was putting the campaign together and I was trying to put together my goal, what my end goal was, like I wanted to make sure that if even half of the limited stuff blew out, we are good. So that's what I did.
Nice. Very cool.
Because like we were saying earlier, if you're just doing like the regular books alone, it's an uphill battle. You need a lot of people.
Yes, exactly. Especially when your price points are so affordable. And that's why we tell everybody, like, you need to have some kind of Gucci collector tiers, whether it's original art, whether it's these kinds of specialty covers, guest artists, whatever it is. If you don't have something that you can reasonably price at a higher price point, then you have to sell that many more books at $20 or $10 and hope that, you know, $10 to a $2,000 goal is 200 people you've got to sell this to. That's a lot of people to try and find in 30 days if you don't already have a huge following.
Yeah, that's not easy for a second campaign.
It isn't. And it definitely takes a lot of work. So I think that this is a very smart way to do it. I love that you've got some of these more pricey bundles. You got the jam-packed bundle, which looks awesome. It's got just basically everything in the loaded bundle plus book one.
Book one and the metal cover. No? Nope, that's the baller pack. Man, it's the one below that.
Oh no, man. The all out combo.
Yeah,
the one that has
so many options.
Bill's like, I've been working on it for a month. You can't get mad at me. This is day one.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working it up. I was even looking over a lot of the stuff today before we went on. So like my brain's still a little scattery.
Yeah. So the all out con bundle is the one that has like everything.
It even has all the prints from the last set of prints from the first campaign.
Yeah, I think the only thing this doesn't have is the RV.
No, that's separate.
Yeah, that's the only one that the all out con bundle doesn't have.
And that was done intentional too, because I'd be surprised if all of them go on this. But I would like to grab what's like left over and send your guys' way, and y'all could do what you want with them, like go to conventions or I don't know, whatever giveaways.
Shae, take some of our covers to New York Comic Con.
We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk. It's not going to be delivered by then, so we'd have to be
Yeah.
for the next year's con.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's
Would have been
fine.
so good.
Next year's con is when I'm gonna hopefully compete in the cosplay costume contest. Not this year, but next. Sumo Story says, I got some of Bill's art in the last auction. Can we get a better look at the art in the art bundles? These are the prints that are in those art bundles.
Yeah.
For the prints. Now, if you're talking about the OG art, that would be these ones, and I think that you get a better look when we're down here.
Yeah, there's definitely a better. Well, the better look might be above, but I do have them next to me too. If you know.
Yeah, let's see that. Let's show them off that way.
Which should be interesting because I'll have to get clever with some of the censoring, but. So one of them, we'll start with one of the small ones. Actually, yeah, let's put these two together because they go together. So the last bundle in the art bundle, because I think there's 4 of them. I did 2 because there's a small piece used for this book. This is the art for page 1.
Oh, I love that one.
Which was
Ooh.
it took some work figuring that out to get it black and white.
Yeah.
And on top of that, all the red I turned to blue and stuff. Like, yeah.
So cool.
And that's coming with a piece of art from the Neon Twilight book. You'll probably remember this one.
Oh yeah.
Coffee stains and all.
Give you the confusion boner. I remember this very
Yeah.
clearly.
We're very familiar with the confusion boner here.
So I thought those would be real fun to put together. Also, all these art bundles come with copies of the book as well. Yeah, because I don't want nobody missing out on any of these books.
Well, that's another thing I really appreciate, because a lot of the times when you buy original art, they're like, yeah, it's original art from the book. You have to buy the book separately. And it's like, well, fucking hell.
Why? Yeah.
Right. Like, I just paid for the art. Can I get the damn book? That I love. I love how you did the red on her tattoo.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite ones. I drew this one maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And it was like a last minute addition to the book. There was this one page. I think you saw the earlier book, but it went through, I put 3 or 4 different pages before I was like, no, this is the one. Let's see. And I got, do I need to censor that one?
Do I need to? I love the censor. The 2 fingers. Gosh, it's just they're so pretty. They all look pretty but super dangerous, and I love it.
Yeah, I love when people see these things and they're like, oh, damn it, you can do it traditional too.
It's so unfair. Yes.
Yeah, this one's even older. It's one day I'll color it, but
yeah. So Sumo says, I'm torn between this one and the one where the robot got stabbed in the head. So the last 2 that you showed, I think, are the 2 that Sumo's like, I don't know which. Oh, that's awesome. Pastmaster Dan says, is Bill aware of Vargas?
of what?
Of Vargas? Am
Like-
I aware of Vargas?
Like an artist or
I don't know.
I don't know.
The
I don't know.
Vargas that I know from the military, and I know that's not what Patchmaster over there is discussing. So confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna wait for Dan to clarify in the chat. Look at Calvary. He says, "Oh, Sumo Thori, they're both great for sure. Cough, go for the latter. Cough."
It's
So
a race.
Vargas, the artist.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar, but I don't know. Maybe. If it's a fantasy artist, odds are good. If they showed up at heavy metal at any point, odds are good.
Awesome. And I got Mrs. H over here turning me on to local shit. I have not done Annapolis Comic Con, but it's in March, so I'm gonna need to. Why not? And yeah, Third Eye, I've gone in there a couple of times. They are an interesting bunch. Third Eye
That's a good comic store.
Yeah, they're very eccentric. The employees there the kind of people that I'm like, yeah, this all makes sense.
Their Instagram posts crack me up because it's always like people presenting something. It's like I see the person, I barely see the toy or comic or whatever, but that's funny.
They're like, do you like this toy? And you're like, why are you holding it down so low by your cleavage? And you're like, you should come in. Come into the store.
I wonder if that works.
I mean, all I know is Rini will hold up some stuff and squee and jump out of excitement, and then bids go up. So, but she also draws beautiful naked women with tiny little post-it notes.
Yeah,
so,
let's not take away from her talent because
let's go ahead and say that it is 99.999% the fact that she draws amazing women and everything. and look at the squeeing so loudly. Yes. See, and every time, this is so funny. Every time we mention Rini, Moromi shows up. What's up, Moromi?
Oh, and real quick too, I wanted to mention on this last art bundle that one comes with the Neon Twilight book because it has art from it. I just thought that'd be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. The 250 art bundle 4, and then what's this? Your own metal cover.
So somebody bought it today. I didn't expect that to go today. So what this is the printer that I went through for my last book. I really like them. They're called Ready Comics in Arizona. And they make some metal covers and whatnot, but they just a few weeks ago announced that they're doing metal covers that use UV activated inks.
So cool.
On metal covers. So it's like, cool, I want to do that. I'm not going to do it with these covers right now because I already finished all that.
Right. You're like,
but
already done this.
But I was going to do a custom cover anyway, and originally it wasn't even going to be metal. But then I saw all this and I'm like, that sounds really fun. So I put that up. I didn't expect it to go that fast. I might put another one up. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how well things go over the next few days.
Absolutely. That is super awesome.
Yeah, I'm still surprised someone grabbed that today.
I've been trying to find like people that'll do glow in the dark, like spot glow in the dark print. And that is trickier than you would think.
Yeah.
Now, I was like, I really feel like this should be incredibly simple. And everyone's like, yeah, we don't really do that. I'm like, what the hell? Why not?
Yeah, it must be really different than, say, gloss or foil. Right? It's got to be. Maybe.
You know what I honestly think it is? I think it's that it would require another type of ink or ribbon, and they don't want to invest in it because they're like, oh, there's not
enough
demand for it. And it's like, well, there can't be a demand if nobody does it. Like,
well, I imagine the inks have got to be pricey too, because in order for them to glow, it's got to be plasticky.
Right. And I literally was like, you know what? I will just order the prints like that I want, and then hand paint glow on it if I need to, or get transparent glow in the dark stickers.
Yeah.
And
just
cut out, like die cut what I need and stick it on where I need it. But huge pain in the butt. You would think that they would do it, especially because I know that they do it for things like advertising and stuff. When people do it on like postcards, I was like, if you can do it on a damn postcard, you can do it on a print. They're like, well,
I think the trick is finding somebody that'll print it like with comic stuff. I think is the hang up.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably where the biggest issue is.
Yeah, like I've been looking into holograms for a while, and what a pain in the ass. So that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I started doing spot hologram prints myself, and they're fun, but they are labor intensive.
Mm-hmm. Like
all of that is hand cut kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I've been wanting to, like, I don't know if you well, I'm old, but the Jim Lee X-Men 91 cards, they had these holograms in them, and they were like triple layered. And
Yeah.
for years, it's like, how the hell do they do that? And there's no information on it, no full information on it. And it's like piecing things together. It's like, I think I have it figured out, but I can't know till I try it. But
So
it's a pain in the ass, even when I'm thinking it's going to be.
I'll tell you what I did for them. They look cool. They're a huge pain in the ass. They look fucking cool, but oh my gosh. Like I had one that I did for Lady Alchemy. I had one that I was doing for Lady Alchemy. It never got finished. I had one that I was doing for our little sis for her Machi series. Those never made it out to her. And I was like, bro, these are intense. But we'll talk. I'll tell you how I figured out how to do it, and we'll see if we're on the same wavelength, because we might be.
Cool. I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, let's share information, man. Why not? So you're doing great. You've been up for 5 hours, and you're almost at $1,000. So you're almost halfway there.
Oh, am I? I have a delay on my screen, so but yeah, hell yeah.
$45 from $1,000. So doing
oh
great.
Man, that took me like 2 weeks last time.
See, so that's the thing, is people obviously like what you're doing. They know your name a little bit more. They're definitely wanting to get in on what you've got that you're delivering, and I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't want to, because this is awesome. Super excited to see how all of this plays out, and I definitely backed for us Cyborg at a pretty good level, so we could get what I know we want.
Thank you, babe.
No problem. I mean, I would have backed at a higher level, but New York Comic Con. So, if people want me to back Bill higher, then commission me and buy some of my art. I have art that I'm going to be selling.
There's arts.
There's a King Cryptid mask you guys can buy. It's not cheap. I'm sorry. It took a lot of work.
So there is one more giveaway that I wanted to surprise you all with.
Okay.
But I want to put I want to sneak a piece of art in with like one of the Red Valkyrie bundles.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah, so I didn't put this on the page. I didn't pre-announce this or anything, because y'all are here in the chat, and people watch your show, and I see the numbers. Yeah, and so I want to put this one up.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
I thought it fit.
That is so cool.
Right?
Badass.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And then if we get to that first stretch goal, I'll take maybe 5 to 10 drawings this size that I have, and I'll sneak them in some bundles too. Like any bundle, not just like this one's Red Valkyrie exclusive.
That is so
art.
cool. That is so cool. And it was funny because it took your camera a second to kind of focus in, and so it looked like that blade. It looked like the blade was like slowly coming into focus. Almost like
that's
it was
cool.
like a light blade. I was like, oh, it's so neat. Like I know it's not gonna do that in real life, but man, that was cool.
What do you mean this isn't an animated piece of art?
Why is this not an animated piece of paper? I'm very disappointed.
I'll check that out on the run back when I'll watch it to make sure I don't sound too stupid.
No, you do awesome, Bill. We love having you on for sure. So thank you so much for coming on and letting us be the first to get you on for this amazing art book and for the unbelievable Red Valkyrie bundle, which is just so cool. And of course, thank you, Cyborg, for all of your work. I like what you did with your Abby.
Thank you. And I'm sorry to be quiet. And I did have time to work on this avatar in OBS and Wondershare and Photoshop. Because the dog was barking his ass off and it was thundering like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's been really bad at size lately. It's been thundering so loud that like it'll wake me up and I won't even have a headset on. I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's so loud. Are you okay? It's like, yeah, there's thunder.
We don't get that in Oregon.
No?
I kind of miss it. New Jersey all the time, but Oregon, not thunderstorms.
No.
Wow.
Bad.
Are you I'm not trying to dox where you are. You're near Portland, is that right?
Yeah, I'm right outside of Portland. It says it
That's-
on the Kickstarter in any way.
I-
Gresham.
So here's the fucked up part. I was in the Pacific Northwest, but I was much more inland than what you are, and even we, on very extraordinarily rare occasions, even we got thunderstorms in the middle of like. We were in a valley. I wouldn't call it mountains because mountains are several thousand feet, but
There are
even there, like several hundred miles inland from the coast. So that's crazy. That's crazy. I feel sorry for you. I grew up in Florida, and having moved away from here, that's the one thing that I missed the most was thunderstorms.
Yeah, I didn't even realize for a while that I was missing them until like I went on a road trip somewhere else and lightning on the road. It's like, holy shit, when was the last time?
It's crazy. And the thing that I got there that I don't get here, hail.
Oh, we get hailed all the time. That's a weird
Yeah.
one. We'll get it in the summer.
Yeah, it's crazy. It'll be like 90 something degrees during the day, and then all of a sudden like golf ball size hail, and it's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Only for 2 seconds, but yeah, we get it.
All right, my tangent is done, Shae.
Okay. Just waiting. You all just bonding over the Pacific Northwest.
Well, you should visit.
We'll add it to our list. Let's have a big Portland con or something we can go to.
Yeah, if, the next time we're anywhere near there, we'll let you know. We'll plan.
We'll drive by on the way to like San Diego Comic-Con or something.
It's not even on the
I know it's not.
Nope,
That's the funny.
opposite direction. We'll go the opposite direction to come see you.
So you're on your way to Seattle to Vancouver, BC. You'll stop by Oregon and
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Valkyrie. Go back. The Jerz 2. You want this book. I'm telling you. You definitely want it. It's super awesome. I love just looking at all of Bill's amazing artwork.
it's a pretty
so
book.
Cool. It's so pretty. They're so
He's so pretty.
It's so pretty. Go get it, and maybe pick up that Red Valkyrie bundle. Just saying. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, Bill. We love having you on as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a great
course.
time.
And Sai, thank you for all the work that you do. We appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, all the work. All the work.
So there's the thumbnail,
Yeah.
and then I made a new thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm working hard.
All right, we will catch you guys next time. See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.